Hey, what's happening, crypto fam? So, welcome back to the channel. I want to talk a little bit about the crypto market. So, we saw some great gains yesterday, only to slowly give it back here today. And just understand that this is the type of market we're in right now. Our world has been shook a few different times over the past few years with, of course, COVID, we've got inflation, we've got a war going on. So just know that these markets are going to be unstable for a long time. Now, of course, yesterday Biden came out and talked about the United States and what they're going to do in terms of crypto regulation, at least what they're planning to do, putting a plan together, if you will. And there is a silver lining here. There are a few people out there who believe this could spark the next bull run. And I know right now we're kind of in this hilly up and down bear trap is what it seems like. But there are a few people out there who believe this could eventually lead to a bigger bull run because they are addressing this head on now. And eventually, when the markets together become a little bit more stable, that we could start a rally. Okay. So, again, playing the long game here. Don't let these days frustrate you. Don't let these days make have you make irrational decisions, right? That's something I always like to stress. Now, this is Matt Hogan, one of the guys from Bitwise, who thinks that this could actually be a positive thing. Listen in.
And how the order puts new pressure on the Fed to explore a digital dollar. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Kate Rooney. Crypto prices soared overnight after President Biden announced his long-awaited executive order on cryptocurrencies. Don't worry, a lot more on that in a moment. But let's check out some prices first. As of noon Eastern, crypto prices surged an average of 7.5%.
So I actually wanted to go right to Matt Hogan. Let me see if I can. Here it is.
Right, there's
we should be able to find
blockchain. So it is inevitable that
here we go.
US potentially getting into CBDCs.
Yeah, well, I think it's inevitable, right? The way money will move in the future is on blockchain. So it is inevitable that not just the US, not just China, but every major government is going to introduce a CBDC. Now, I think there are pros and cons to CBDC, right? There's significant privacy concerns, but there's also significant efficiencies and potential financial inclusion elements. So pros and cons. As a crypto investor, though, it's simply a net good, right? Because it acts to bring more of the crypto environment inside a regulatory framework. And it also will teach individuals about using crypto assets in their day-to-day life. So I'm mixed on whether CBDCs are a great thing for society, but for crypto, I think they're a major milestone, and I do think they're inevitable.
Sam Bankman-Fried and Michael Saylor have both said on Crypto World that the lack of regulatory clarity is what was keeping crypto prices under pressure in recent weeks. Does this executive order provide the regulatory clarity that investors had been worried about? And do you think that this order from President Biden will help facilitate a longer rally?
No, it's exactly right. You know, Bitwise, we serve financial advisors, and we talk to thousands of them over the course of the year. And when we did a survey of them in December of last year, we asked what's preventing them from allocating. And it wasn't volatility. It wasn't concerns about valuation. It wasn't not understanding what crypto and blockchain was. The number one thing they said was the lack of regulatory clarity. Now, we haven't gone from 0 to 100 on regulatory clarity with this executive order. What we have done is go from 0 to 1. We've taken the first step to establish a true regulatory regime for crypto. And look, if you believe in the underlying technology, if you believe it's as disruptive as all crypto investors do, you want to see the regulatory safeguards exist that allow that technology to express itself, that allow it to affect not just a little part of society, but all of what we do every day, of how finance works, of how the web works. So I do think this is a signal moment, and I do think it sets the stage for a bull market that could last at least through this year and potentially beyond. I think it's a really important development.
Okay, so that is Matt Hogan's perspective. Let me know what you think about this down below. And really what I wanted to kind of come back to is the bottom already baked in? It looks like we're heading back down. We can head over to CoinMarketCap real quick here. Let me pull this back in. And we can see that we're kind of heading back in that direction. Here we go. Bitcoin's back at 39.2. Ethereum down at 2,600. Will we get down to 2,300 for ETH? Will we get down to whatever that number is for Bitcoin that we've been hovering at, 37, 36, and then kind of flatline again? Is that the bottom right now for Bitcoin and Ethereum? And if it is, when do we hit that bottom and maybe, as Matt said, become start going up again and start a bull run? I think that's really where I'm at right now, and I think we're going to get a lot more clarity come on the 16th of March when we hear from Jay Powell here in the United States what they're going to do with the rates. A lot of things we're watching. This is a very important month. Okay, so we've got the crypto regulatory framework out of the way. Now we got to see what the Fed say. About a week from now, next week. And from there, I think a lot of it also does hinge on what's going on in Ukraine. And just got to say, I am terribly, terribly. It's really hard to see what's going on over there. I know yesterday, civilians in hospitals, children's hospitals, were struck. It's mind-boggling. And a lot of things happening in our world that are affecting these markets. And keep in mind that those things come first, number one. But also keep in mind as an investor that, the markets will come back. And I just pray for every single person in Ukraine right now that they get the help that they can or just get out of the country at this point. So that's what I've got for you here in the video. I think, the big question that I still have is the bottom baked in. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about Biden's order yesterday, what Matt believes that this will spark another bull run. I think all of it is very interesting, and we'll be, of course, keeping tabs on it. So thanks again so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Oh, smash the like button. I Trust Capital link down below.